Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I'm going to be your host, Blackenfist, and this is my David Lemieux, Gennady Golovkin prediction. This is the biggest fight for either of the fighters, really. This is the Gennady Golovkin's first unification, and it's almost a shame that David Lemieux's first title defense is against Gennady Golovkin. I say it's a shame because I kind of like David Lemieux. He could have held on to that IBF champion for a couple more defenses, I think, if it wasn't for, him facing Gennady Golovkin straight away. Many people believe that this is going to be a very one-sided fight. Golovkin's going to dominate the fight, and I am inclined to believe with pretty much most people here. Now, the reasons I think Golovkin's going to easily knock out David Lemieux, and let's not kid ourselves, this fight, whoever's winning, going to go to knockout. And that's not without exaggeration. I know a lot of people like to say that there's going to be a knockout in this fight, and it never was. But this fight definitely is going to end in a knockout. One of the biggest reasons why I do believe that Golovkin has a big edge is defense. Now, a lot of people will try to say that Golovkin doesn't have a good defense because in Golovkin's last fight with Willie Monroe, he did get hit a lot. However, I do take Golovkin at his word when he says that he let Willie Monroe hit him. And I know that it's not very smart to take a boxer's word when they say they let people hit them. But the reason I'm inclined to believe Golovkin is because in round 1 and 2, Willie Monroe really wasn't hitting Golovkin with anything. And you did see Golovkin slip and block punches very well in the first 2 rounds. It wasn't until Willie Monroe was hurt and Golovkin was pretty much in full control that in rounds 3 and 4, you saw Monroe hit Golovkin straight up with punches, and with Golovkin's head just pretty much straight up. So I do believe Golovkin at his word when he said he let Willie Monroe hit him. And I do believe Golovkin actually has a pretty good defense. It's a pretty underrated defense because everyone pays attention to, his knockout power. But I do believe that in any case, it's a better defense than Lemieux. Golovkin also has the better footwork. He can move around the ring and trap people in corners. He's probably the best people at cutting off corners and trapping them against the ropes, and especially in the corners. Now, the one thing David Lemieux might have on his side is punching power. David Lemieux might be the harder puncher out of the two, maybe, possibly. But another thing that's going to be a big factor in this fight, of course, is chins. Now, even though we haven't really seen Golovkin get hit too hard in recent fights, if you really go back into Golovkin's career, the fact that he was never knocked down in his amateur run does tell you something. And if you see some of his previous fights, Golovkin did take some pretty hard shots. Lemieux also has a pretty credible chin, but I do feel that his will falter a lot quicker than Golovkin's. But I really think that the biggest thing that goes against Lemieux in this fight is just the way he throws punches, because even though Lemieux has knockout power with behind almost every single punch, Golovkin's is a little bit more straight. They're a little bit crisper. They have a shorter distance to their destination, while Lemieux's are very wide and looping, and he leaves himself much wider. He leaves himself much more open than Golovkin when he throws a punch, which I think is going to be pretty much Lemieux's downfall in this fight. Lemieux is going to come out there. He's going to try to knock Golovkin's head off, and he's going to throw wide swinging punches, which I do believe Golovkin will have very little trouble actually dodging and blocking, and then that's going to create an opening for straight punches or body shots that are pretty much going to tell the tale of the story, that are going to pretty much set up Lemieux's downfall in this whole fight. Now, keep in mind, even though I do say Golovkin is pretty much going to be the winner, I mean, Lemieux has a puncher's chance, but like any person that has a puncher's chance, it all really depends on some crazy shit happening, which I don't think is going to go into Lemieux's favor, honestly. But anyway, that's my prediction. I believe that Golovkin has the better technique, he has the better footwork, his defense is better, and I think Lemieux is just too sloppy for Golovkin, honestly, and he's going to be almost a sitting duck for him. I don't think this fight is going to last more than 4 rounds. Golovkin's trainer, Abel Sanchez, predicted that it's not going to last for more than 4 rounds, and I'm actually inclined to believe him. Lemieux looks very motivated for this fight, and if I think he's going to fight the way I think he is, which is come out straight at Golovkin with knockout force behind everything, it's going to end pretty quickly. And I think that it's going to end pretty quickly because Golovkin's going to take him out. But maybe, who knows, maybe Lemieux pulls off a miracle and, stops Golovkin. But that's my prediction. Golovkin win, probably knockout before 4 rounds. Should be an entertaining fight. But anyway, guys, this has been a prediction from me, and we'll see. You know, so far I've been pretty accurate with my predictions, but until next time, guys, I'm Blackenfist, and I'm out, man.